This is Colin McGuigan for IFL TV, Edward Hearn. How was that 5K
Did
today?
you do the 5K?
I didn't, mate, not today. Wasn't
So
feeling
you get better interviews if you do the 5K. Do you know what I mean? So you got to get involved. It was a leisurely one today, like 24.5 minutes. But feeling good. Been a long couple of weeks actually. Cancun and then flying back. But I can't wait for tonight. I think it's going to be a brilliant show. And looking forward to it.
A lot of the comments under our videos are that you look, we done big numbers the other day,
Did we?
and a lot of the comments were that you're looking a lot younger since Tyson Fury's performance. What do you make of that?
Frank Warren said, someone sent me a clip last night, said I'm going through my menopause.
Yeah, I was just about to
I mean, I
touch
think
on
that's
it.
very disrespectful to middle-aged women. Yeah, it's not a very nice thing to say.
He also,
Do you know what people say, yeah?
Yeah.
When you're sort of faded and done, and someone just flicks the switch and turns even more unbelievable, they go, because Frank Smith does it, oh, you're having a midlife crisis. What? I'm having a midlife crisis because I've decided to get in unbelievable shape and look even more handsome and have ability at absolutely everything, including a voice that can get a record deal globally and set out tours. I mean,
you actually sounded okay in that, to be honest, but you're not a great singer.
Mate, I'm an unbelievable.
You sounded okay in that, but you're
I'm
not.
an unbelievable singer.
I'm not too sure, Edward,
So-
but you did sound all right.
Yeah,
But
thank you.
Frank had a little poppy in that interview where he said that you don't really know boxing because you referred to Tyson Fury's punch resistance.
I mean,
And he said that
if I don't know boxing, I mean, the one thing Frank has on me is experience, right? But how much? If you don't respect that I know boxing after being around boxing from 8 or 9 years old, and even promoting boxing for 13 years now, no, I don't know. But it's good. I think someone asked me in an interview yesterday about the back and forward, and I think it's actually good. Like, you guys love it. You know it does numbers. And, you know, he called me the Lord Mayor's Show. I quite like that. I am the Lord Mayor's Show. Shit shoveler was a bit harsh. But, like I said, when someone sees someone just flick a switch and get pecs and guns and abs, it's like all of a sudden it has to be a midlife crisis. And, you know, the comments about the menopause, I think he's very disrespectful to women. But again, I'm not going to throw him under a bus on that one. But the reality is that, and I think this is a good message to Frank as well, it's never too late. It's never too late to change. And, you know, my message to my men's health readers is forget people saying that you're having a midlife crisis or you're going through your menopause. You've just decided to make a positive change for your life, i.e. be healthier, live better, feel better, obviously look unbelievable. And, you know, I don't think it's something that should be frowned upon. I think it's something that should be celebrated.
as you give me this speech, I'm just thinking in my head, right?
How do you?
Would you? It's all right. If you put out that outstretched hand to Frank Warren, it might be good for British boxing. We might get some fights that, at the moment, we don't really think.
Not really.
Would you sit down with them and?
Yeah, I will always sit down with you. You have to understand, Frank's not really that guy. George is that guy. You know, it's a fierce competition. That's the reality of the situation. And we can try and be nice, and we can make fights, and we will always make fights when it benefits each other. But the reality is, they can't stand us. You know.
Would you feel the same if someone came on board like Matchroom has in terms of Queensbury and just kind of came onto the scene? Would you feel that way if there was another promotional company came
No,
in?
because one's just happened. I don't care. Like, at the end of the day, if you believe in yourself, you don't worry about. See, look, in Eddie's world, I don't even have competition. But that's just in here. And people think that's arrogance. People think that's delusion. I don't see Frank Warren and Queensbury as competition, because I look at them and I look at the interviews, and I don't think, oh, Jesus, he's good, this guy. Oh, he's a danger. Oh, he's better than us. Oh, look at his team of people. Oh, look what he's doing worldwide. I just know he's been there. He's done it. He's always going to be there, because that's what he is. He's a survivor. And they're good at what they do. Like, I respect Frank Warren. I respect him for the longevity. But you've got to understand, my dad, who's also a Hall of Fame promoter, left boxing, was the biggest promoter, arguably in the world, in Britain. And it's a horrendous pain in the arse, the business. And he chose to move away from doing interviews with you lot every day, going, fucking, right? Because do you want to be doing that in your 50s, 60s and 70s? I don't. So he made a move to say, I'm going to move boxing out of my life. I'm going to come and take over darts. Took the company from a £50 million company to a £1 billion company, and ended up living a fantastic life where he's smiling every single day with absolutely no aggravation. And he gave the aggravation, well, I got it by choice, to me. And that's why I respect Frank Warren, because he's had to live his 50s, 60s and 70s angry. Because boxing makes you angry. And that's not a criticism of him. That's what the sport and the business does to you. It does it to everybody. I'm not yet angry, but I will become that guy. Because when I'm 60 and 70 and some young kid I say to my old man all the time, can you imagine if I was around when you were there? Like now. And I was like doing these interviews and winding you up. He went, I'd stick one right on your chin. It wouldn't be, and that's the same with Frank. Like really, Frank would just love to chin me. Love to chin me. So do you really want some, and then if I'm still in boxing at 60 or 70 and some geezer comes on the scene at 30 or 35 like I did with a suit going, oh yeah, Frank Warren, Eddie Hearn, oh look at Eddie Hearn, old boy, look, diner. I'd think, but why do you want to feel like that? You don't need to feel like that, do you know what I mean? So that's why I respect him, because he's a survivor and he's got longevity and he's got a great engine.
Do you look at that event that they done in Saudi last week though and have a little bit of, I say jealousy, but...
No, because it was the GEA, Spencer Brown did the deal, Frank Warren came in, it was dirty rotten scoundrels, him and Bob, you know. If you haven't seen the film, watch it. And they'll have their moment, and like, you know, everything's about positioning. You know, at the moment they've probably got a better relationship in Saudi than we do. We've had approaches this week for a number of our fighters to fight on December 23rd in Saudi.
In Saudi?
Yeah.
On a matchroom card?
No, I mean, it'll be a Saudi card, not on anybody's
a Queensbury card.
No. Anybody's card. I don't think they're looking to have promoters doing shows. It's their show. But, you know, I think we're going to have fighters fighting out there and they're doing a great job. You know, Turkey Al Sheikh's got vision, and what he created last week was unbelievable. You know, just because I criticised Tyson Fury doesn't mean I criticised the event. The event was unbelievable. But I'm also not going to do interviews just and, like, be diplomatic and lie and not give my opinion because I don't want to upset people. Come on, that's not what life's all about, is it? You want me to give my honest reaction. That's what I've always done since I started. So, look, we're very happy. We're about to have an unbelievable show in Monaco tonight. We've got a show every week till December 23rd. We've got massive plans for 2024. We do us. We do us. And respect to everybody out there grafting a living.
Last one from me. Chris Eubank Sr. made some comments. I don't know if you've seen them about Harlem Eubank is the fight for Conor Benn as opposed to Chris Eubank Jr.
Obviously, he's not working with Junior anymore, so now he's working with Harlem. The fight we'd like to make, we made a big offer for Dalton Smith to fight Harlem Eubank. That's a great fight to headline Sheffield Arena. That's like, and if Harlem come through there, I'd be happy to give him the fight with Conor Benn. But you know, obviously Chris Eubank is the one we're going to make.
Senior was quite critical though of promoters putting on fights when the board hasn't sanctioned it. Quite critical of Conor. What do you make of those comments?
He doesn't want the fight to happen because he's not involved. And I hope he is involved because he'd be a fantastic asset to the event and the show. But obviously, personal stuff is not for us to comment on. And, you know, like I said, when we make that fight, I really hope he's involved.
Eddie, thanks very much.
Cheers.
Appreciate it.